Okay, welcome back to our mastery course. Okay, today is the sections 2. Okay, so now so this is the one. Today what we are going to cover is this. Okay, so this is the program for today's. Later we will go through with you the introductions about the step. Okay, so now here what we are going to do is this one. Okay, so basically today objective is this one. We will introduce you the major functions in this annual report productions. Okay, and also how are we going to construct the annual report by using the software. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, yes, you will need to take out a notes, okay, from your training folder. So can you go to your training folder, which is on your desktop? Yeah, this one, no. This is the one. Section 2. Okay, you should have a folder called AMC Online 2021, Section 2. Okay, so have you downloaded the Section 2 folder? If yes, give me a high five. So today we are continue with the Section 2 already. Section 1 we have done. So now here, there is a file called there is one file called A4. You will have one A4, this one here. You have one A4A, annual report preparations. So this is your materials that you can refer. So I will need to go through with you this one. Okay, this is a step for constructing this annual report. Okay, so basically I'm going to use the slide to introduce you. So if you want to use the Audit Express to prepare this annual report, first of all, you will need to have this access database. Okay, still remember the day one that I actually introduced you. When you want to start to use the software to do these audit engagements, you will need to have this client's individual file. Okay, if this is the first time that you use the software for this particular client, that means last year you are not the auditor, this year you are the auditor. Okay, if you want to use the software to do the audit, you must create this client's access database. Okay, if not, you need to get this from your senior or the assigner, the person who assign you the task. Okay, so once you have this client database, from here, remember we will do the copy and paste TV, account grouping, and then we will do what? Set the maturity level, do the analytical review, generate your audit program. Okay, and we will do step 5, get the balance from the planning, and then we will move on to this auditor trial balance where you can actually create this sub-schedule. Okay, the sub-lead working paper. So this sub-lead working paper, right, is actually containing 2 parts. Okay, 2 parts. The first part where we already covered yesterday. Okay, today we will cover the second part. So the second part will be the notes to financial statement. Yesterday that part is more on this audit working papers, your audit working paper templates, audit program. Okay, that one is yesterday. That one is the first part of this audit sub-schedule. Okay, so as long as you want to use the software to draft annual report, this one you need to create, regardless whether you want to do audit or not. Meaning to say, if you want to use the software only purely for report compilation, can or not? Can. But somehow you need to follow the step here. So create this sub-lead working paper. Okay, then we will go back to the software, finalize the transitional spreadsheet. So in this case, finalizing transitional spreadsheet, usually you will need to check, is there any error or mistake, or let's say in terms of presentations. Okay, because this one can be due to your account grouping, okay, and also your presentation or the account sequence. Okay, so these are the fine tune that we need to do it in this transitional spreadsheet. Okay, once these two done already, we will use the software function Okay, first of all, we will create the audit, so-called the working paper, the annual report by using this Word file. Okay, then we will transfer the figure from this two Excel file into the Word file. So if let's say you were willing to do data entry, that means you would like to create, do manually key in. So there is one point is, if you really want to do manually key in the notes to financial statement, right? Try not to key in the Word file. Okay, try not to key in the Word file because the Word file will not do casting check for you. You have to do it on your own. And the Word file will not do the alignments. You can't set the alignment. Okay, so that's why usually what we will do is we will create the sub-schedule for you to prepare, for you to document down the notes to financial statement. As the notes to financial statement, the alignment has already set accordingly already. You no need to do any adjustment. Okay, and also the casting check, it's also done it for you. You just need to key in the data only. Okay, so basically these are the two files that you will need to have before you create this annual report. Okay, of course, the transitional spreadsheet is generated from the software. So this transitional spreadsheet usually we won't save. We will not save except for you do console. Okay, except for you are doing console. Why? Because our software at this moment is only cater for company level. Okay, for console or for group annual report, we will only provide you the template. Meaning to say the working you still need to do by at where you can use back your existing working paper. Okay, that one is basically that scenario. Then you need to save this transitional spreadsheet, or else usually I will not save. Because why? If there is any amendment in figure, you should go to Audit Express to change it, then generate out the transitional spreadsheet. Are you okay? So basically, these are the what? These are the steps for you to do, the annual report. So if let's say today, today we want to use this clients, we are going to use this client called AMC, to draft our annual report here. So now we will need to do the link file. Remember the first step is we need to have the access database. Okay, so now let's move on to the desktop. So I would like you to open out your Audit Express. Okay, so again, I would like you to do the link file. So you can go for this database center. Okay, link table manager. Then I will click browse. Okay, I will click browse. Then it will come back to this desktop. Okay, because my training folder are actually located on my desktop. So this is the one, AMC Online 2021 S1, S2. Okay, so then now here, what I will do here is I will just double click AE database. So this is the one. So AMC 2016. This is the one. So I want you to link it. So I will just double click and make sure this is black color. Then here, what I will do is I will just double click to confirm. Link it successfully established. So I will close this. Okay, then I will click yes. So are you okay? If you have done this, give me a high five. So again, we are using the file called section 2. So if let's say yesterday or the day before, you actually certain step you can't follow, never mind, it's okay. We are using a clean folder for today's. Okay? Okay, good. So now once we have done, so a bit recap, quick one. Okay, still remember that we will need to do what? Okay, audit planning, we do what? Copy and paste the TB, trial balance. Okay, so if this is your first time using the software for this particular company, always remember the last year it must be rounded figure. This one is a must. Okay, this is to ensure that you will not have the discrepancy between your rounding and the system rounding. Okay, then we do what? System will highlight to you how many new account found. Then you need to do account grouping. Okay, still remember the 4 column of the account grouping. Okay, nature, general group, manufacturing account group, and what? Average income statement. So again, remember the implicit account. So these are the important points you need to remember, and also you need to know where you need to go for amend the account grouping after you post it. Okay? So all this, if you're done already, if you need to do audit, then you continue step 3, set the maturity level, generate your audit planning documentation. And also, if you are using MFRS, this is the one. Otherwise, you skip that. You can continue with step 5. Okay? Step 5 is the audit planning. Okay? You need to get the figure from the audit planning. Then we will continue with this compiling the audit working paper. Okay? So compiling audit working paper, let's say yesterday you have done creation of the subschedule. So today you go back to office, you would like to continue what you want to do. Okay, so just one reminder, if you want to continue what you want to do yesterday, just take notes, okay? You try not to come back to here, okay? Try not to come back to it. Let's say you know this is the working paper. Okay? Try not to come here to double click to open. Why? Because if you open from here, that means your window sometimes will read this file as normal Excel file. When your window open this Excel file as normal Excel file, you won't have this add-in. Of course, if you want, you can use the step that I think yesterday Eric have gone through with you. If you want to use that step, okay. If not, the right way to open your subschedule is this one. Okay, you can refer to your step by step. So you can open out your step by step. Okay, where is my step by step? Not this one. Okay, where is my step by step? Did I open up? Yes, this is the one. Okay, so you can refer to your step by step. We have done the link file. Then now we proceed to this one, compiling audit working papers. And you can see it's under page 14. So I'll go for 14. Because my one is soft copy, if your one is hard copy, you go for page 13. Okay, so now here, you need to open your lead schedule, then you only can open your subschedule. Okay, so we will move on to the software. So when you come back to the software, assuming you have done your planning, so this is your planning figure, then now we can actually proceed to where? So auditor trial balance. Okay, auditor trial balance. So this is the place where you need to open out and generate your working paper. So what I will do is command listing F4 number 3. Open lead schedule in formula. Okay, F4 number 3, enter open lead schedule in formula. So these are all your lead schedule. So now what I want to do is I want to open out my subschedule. So you open up your subschedule. This is the one. Okay, assuming yesterday you already created, this is the file. So now if you want to open up by double click. So no longer need to create new. If your senior pass you the Access database, the Excel file, and even the Words file. So if they pass these 3 files to you, then you don't need to create. But if they only pass you the database, then you will need to create this one. Okay, so assuming you see this one, we have done some data entry yesterday. Okay, so are you able to open up this? Okay, not only that, if you open up this one already, you will have this add-in. Okay, because I am opening up from the software. So what I will do here under this Excel file, I will go to this add-in. Okay, command center here. So make sure you have this command center because this is very important for you to use it when you prepare your notes to financial statement. Okay, so are you able to open up this command center? So if yes, give me a hand raise. Okay, good. So this is the template that we have gone through yesterday. So these are all the template that you all go through it. Okay, so today our main focus is this one, the first one and the second one. So you can see the first one disclosure item, the second one also the disclosure item. So what is the difference between these two tabs? Okay, these two worksheets. So from here you can see the first one, you will see these are the two columns. Okay, this is the notes to financial statement for the two column amount. You only have two column figure. And then 1-1, that one is more than two column. So means to say if in future you want to create some new notes. So if the new notes presenting as two column, then you have to go to the first one. You have to add here. If the new notes that you want to insert is more than two column, then you have to go to 1-1 to insert. Are you okay? So this is how we actually do this. Okay? So this is the first thing. So second thing is you will see all these notes is with yellow background, right? It's the yellow background. Why is it in yellow background? Because the system has recognized this. What is this note for? What is this note for? What is this note for? So when the system know what is this note for, we can do navigating. How? You need to go to this one, command center, you have to go to this navigating aid. So under navigating aid here, you can see this one, notes, bank, borrowing. So when I come to here, I will just double click, this is the one. Then let's say you want to navigate so-called like other payable. Okay, so this is the one, other payable. Then I will just double click, it will navigate me to here. Okay, so basically this is the place for us to find a particular note. And one thing I want to share with you is we only look for the notes that we want. Those notes is not applicable for your clients, you just ignore it, pretending you can't see them. Okay, you only look for the notes, okay? Because here, the list here is actually arranged according to alphabetical order. So you just look for the notes that you want. Those notes you don't want, you just ignore it. Are you okay? So usually here, we don't go and fine-tune. We don't fine-tune. Then where should we fine-tune? You should fine-tune the notes in where? In the annual report. And for your information, all the notes that we added here is already in the annual report already. Okay, so when you want to fine-tune, you should fine-tune in the annual report, as the annual report you are going to generate and print out and do submission. Okay, so this is one thing. So the next thing is the year end. Okay, this year end is based on when you bought the software. If you bought the software 5 years ago, then the year end will be around 5 years ago. So if you bought the software maybe 10 years ago, then your date will be based on 10 years. So it's depending on your template. Okay, so if let's say you want to change this, can we change? Yes, you can change. We will always change the last year because the current year is with formula. So how are we going to change this? You will need to change this first before you do your data entry. Why? Because we are going to use this function called Control F, find and replace. Okay, you need to use this one, Control F5 and replace. So here, what we will find, okay, we will find 2017. Okay, here 2017. Okay, then I will go for replace tab. And this replace tab, what you want to replace with, then I will refer back to my financial statement for this AEMC is 2015. Okay, so here I will move back to this. Okay, here I will do 2015. Okay, so I'm in the tab 1. So I'm going to replace all in this worksheet. So no need to highlight any area. You just put your cursor somewhere else, and then I will just click replace all. So you can see all done. We already make 34 replacement. That's why you can see here change already. Then you click on OK. So are you okay up to here? Have you done this? If yes, can you give me a high five? Okay, good. So this is we only done for the one worksheet, the sheet tab. So if you want, you can go for the 1-1. Definitely, you can also change the year end when you want to use that notes. Those notes that you are not going to use, you can just ignore it. No need to change. Okay? If you want to change all, this is the way that we change all. Okay? Not only that, for 1-1 a bit special because we have some of the notes, right? The year end is at this B column. And when the notes, the year end at this B column, this is without formula. So if this is without formula, right, we can't use this one to replace. Okay? So usually what I will do here is I will change the current year first. Not really. I can change. Okay, I can change because you see, if I replace all, I must highlight first, then I replace all. You can see, it's still this. I mean, there is a difference. Okay, why just now I say cannot change? Because sometimes your templates, sometimes your template is 2015, 15 and 14. So if you go and replace it, your last year 15, your current year also 15. Can you see that? Okay, because you want to move the current year to last year. So in this case, we still can straight away change because they are very different. Okay, so you can see this is the one. Okay, not only that, I shouldn't highlight in the very first place. I should put somewhere else and then I replace all. I should done it like this because this is the one that I also need to change. Okay, so now remaining what? Remaining the current year for this part. So for current year for this part, what I will do here is I will highlight the B column. So this one I will change to what? 18, I will change to 16. This is the one, 16. Okay, this is how we do. So now I will replace, before that, highlight first and then I'll replace all. Then you can see we have done it. Okay, we have done it. Okay, when you do this, it must be very careful. Okay, so if you change, if this in this case study, because the gap between the 2 years is very wide. So if the gap is only 1 year, then you have to be careful. Okay, the one that I mentioned is, let's say your template is 2014, 15. If let's say it's 2014 and 15. If you change your last year between current year, 15, here also 15, then it's very difficult for you to change already. You have to do it manually. Okay? So this is the scenario. So you just need to be careful for this part. Then you can see this one, I have changed all. I have changed all. Okay? Of course, if you don't want to use Ctrl F, find and replace, then you can do it manually. Are you okay for this part? Have you done this? If yes, you give me a high five. Just be careful of the year end that you want to change 1 year. Change 1 year. When you change 1 year, you will have this problem that I just now mentioned. If you change them more than 2 years, then it won't have this problem. Okay? So once we have done this, then I will click close. So you see my year end already changed. All I changed already. So the next thing is, let's say you want to prepare a notes. Based on your last year annual report, you want to prepare a note. So in that case, you can always refer to, okay, let's say I take one example. For today training, for today classes here, I will, let's say, take one example, let's say page number 8, I guess. Page number 9. Okay? So from here, what I can, let's say I want to prepare this. I want to prepare this other receivable, deposit, and prepayment, for example. Then I will move on to my my Excel here. I will look for the accounts. to see whether AXP template is the same as my one. So I will see, oh, other receivable. Okay, double click. This is the one that I want. Okay, so since what we want, AXP has the format, then we use it. Of course, we will need to make little changes if the client scenario where they don't have other receivable. So if they don't have, what we do? Highlight the other receivable, right click, so you have an option whether you want to hide it or delete it. As we are going to use this file next year. Okay, then for this part, I will highlight, I will delete. For me, I will delete usually. Because when you hide it, especially when you are doing subsequent year, when you want to hide it, make sure there is no balance. If you have balance and then you hide it, when you do casting, you can't get the final balance one. Okay, just because of that. So now you see, I have done this. So what I will do here is, if this is your first year using the software for this particular client, okay, the last year one, you will need to manually key in this one. Okay, based on your last year annual report, so you do your data entry here. Let's say this one 65000. Correct? Oh, sorry, 67. Okay, 67. 67000. Okay, then next one 2402. Okay, this one 2402. Enter. So after you key in already, like what I say, the casting is done for you. And annual report alignment will always based on this Excel file. Okay, unless you change this Excel file alignments, if not, we will always based on this. So you can see we have done this. So I can get the amount is 69402. 69402. So this is done. So have you done this? If yes, give me a high five. Great. Good. So this is how we do, okay? And yes, have to do it here. Have to do it here, even though you are not using our working paper template. Okay, if you are not using working paper template, but if you want to draft annual report by using the software, this file you must open it. Okay. So now here, once I've done this, so let's say you are using our working paper template. Even though you are not using our working paper template, you might import some of the working paper that you want into this Excel file. Okay, just there, like for example, your client listing. Okay, so when you have a client listing here, when you have your working paper here, these are all your working paper here. So let's say there are some final figure is located here. I would like to disclose in my notes. For example, let's say I have this one, A5-4. Let's say I have this one, A5-4. Okay, so yesterday Eric have shown you how we actually export the external document in this Excel file. Okay, we will use the copy sheet function. So you can see now I already get to this template, and this is the client listing. So from here you will select, pick out some sample, you will do substantive tests. Okay, so once you have done, you might have some error. You might need to pass adjustment. Okay, so in this case, how? Let's say this one, you pass adjustment already. I would like to get this amount to be disclosed in my annual report, in my notes to account. Okay, so you have a two choice here. Either you do linkage, formula linkage. You link your notes to here. So every year the linkage will be there. Okay, your job is to prepare your working paper only. Okay, prepare your working paper. That means you just come here to replace the listing here. You replace the listing, replace the amount, modify your work done, pass adjustment. That's it. So the notes is actually linked to here. How are we going to do the link file? The linkage. Sorry, not link file. Linkage. The formula linkage. So you can actually do it like this. First of all, you need to remember what index number you are using. Okay, so now here we can actually go back to the notes part. You need to come to this navigating aid. Okay, you just always come to this navigating aid, look for the notes. Let's say other receivable. So I will do this, other receivable, double click, and then you will come back to here. So when you come back to here, right? Okay, when you come back to here, right, then you will need to do some formula linkage. So I will type equals. Okay, I will type equals, then I will do what? I will go to my sheet tab. So instead of next like this, because my working paper here is quite long, so I will do right click. Okay, instead of next, I will do a right click at the arrow there. Then I will go for this one, A5-4. I remember my working paper. This is the one, A5-4. Then I will click OK. This is the one, 67,000. Then I will click enter. This is how we do. So far, are you okay up to here? If yes, give me a high five. Okay. If you can get this done, just give me a high five. So same thing, you will apply this to what? To the prepayment as well. So I will do this one equals. Again, for my training folder here, for my training case study here, they are in the same worksheet. What if in your real case, in your practice, they might in a different worksheet? So here you have to link to a different worksheet. My one is in the same one, so A5-4. Then I'll click OK. Let's say this is the amount I want to show. Enter. You will see the system has done the casting for you and also the rounding for you. So if you find out there are some difference between this file and your, the transitional spreadsheet, then you have to make some adjustment because of the rounding. Okay, so if let's say in that case, you want to do a checking. If you want to do a checking, you can always implement some control here. For example, like I want to know where can I get the working for this amount? Where can I get the working for this amount? Okay, so you can always insert the index here whereby it's outside the yellow box. As long as you implement control outside the yellow box, the system will not transfer the information to the annual report. Okay, so for example, let's say I want to insert cost reference, the reference. So just do a recap, okay, what you have learned yesterday. So I will just go for index. Okay, then I will go for what? I will go for A5-4. Okay, A5-4, this is the one, A5-4. Because why? We will need to get the reference of what you want to insert. Let's say I want to insert A5-4 because I know this is the amount. So place your cursor at this amount and then remember to get the reference. Once you get the reference, system remember what reference you are going to insert. That's why you can see your insert reference become red. And then I will go back to my notes. How are we going to going back to the notes? Again, navigating aid. So I will always refer to this navigating aid and then I will just double click, come back to here. Then from here, I will just put my cursor there and just click on insert. So once I have insert this, okay, very simple. If you want to do a cross check, click here, come back to here. Then if you want to insert a note, a reference here also can. If not, you come to this command center, navigating aid, double click this one, also can. So if you know this working paper, you also can do cost reference. So once you have done your cost reference, next year you try to imagine this one you save already. Continue. Okay, you save this, and then next year we are going to use factors. So when we come back to here, when I know this one, this figure, where should I update? I will come here, and then I will do my update here. So when I do my update here, when I do my audit done, okay, work done, you will see all this figure will change. And it will be always auto update to here as there is a formula. Okay, are you okay? If not, if you feel like so complicated, then you can choose to do manually key in. Okay, first time, if the setting you done it correctly, subsequently you can use it already one. Okay, so if not, every year you have to do manually data entry. Okay, so far are you okay up to here? If yes, can you give me a high five? Any questions from your side so far? Okay. Okay, no. So now here, what I'm going to do here, this one I will save. Okay. Not yet, not yet. This is only first scenario. Okay. First scenario in terms of what? I want this. Let's say my annual report showing this notes. I want. So when I go to AXP format, AXP also have. So I will just prepare it like this. What if your annual report, you want a note, for example, like deferred tax. Okay, for example, like deferred tax. So you see, AXP deferred tax is something like this. Deferred tax liability. So when I come to here, double click, this is the one. So some of you will wonder, Irene, my company, my audit firm, we don't practice deferred tax notes like this. Okay, our one is very simple. So how? Then this one you acknowledge, create a new one. Okay, but you need to remember is this one is or has already, okay, this one has already inserted in the annual report as we have prepared for you earlier. Okay, so now you say that you are not going to use this, then you can set it on your own. Okay, so first of all, you have to add a new note here first to replace this one that you don't want. Okay, so how are we going to insert a new note? Okay, let's say I take one example. For example, let's say I want to insert this ABC. Okay, if you want to insert this ABC, how am I going to do that? Okay, this is the one. Excuse me. You refer to your step-by-step page. Let me see. This one here, page 21 or page 20 for the soft hard copy if you printed out. Okay, if you printed out page 20, this is the one. So you can see the step here is creating a new disclosure item. Okay, it's considered new because what we have is not the one that you want. So you have to create a new one. So when you create a new one, first of all, you need to know what table you are going to use for your new notes. Okay, let's say for example, you see my new notes is in what? It's in 2-column format. And you see that? My new notes is in 2-column format. So in this case, what I will do, I will quickly comes to here already, one, because this is for 2-column one. Then you can quickly scan through which one is more suitable. You see, when I come to here, other payable, I feel like this is more suitable. So you can go for other payable or else, depends on where you are. Because 2-column notes, it also can be something like this. It also can be something like this. Can you see that? So it depending on your new notes format. So let's say today training, we use the same notes. Let's say I use this one, other payables and others payables. Okay, for the format only. So what I will do, once I decided already, I will highlight, right click, copy. Okay, so you can see from here, this is the one, step by step. Okay, once you selected the super table, highlight and then copy. So you need to go to the same book, same Excel sheet, then find out a blank space. So I will come back to here. Okay, then I copy already. I find out, go down. So no need to worry because it will not affect the sequence in the annual report one. So what I will do, I will come back to here, leave 2 rows as a spacing, and then I'll put my cursor there, enter. Or of course you can use paste, Control V paste also can. Okay, have you done this? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, so this is how we add new notes. So once we have done this, we do what? Do we need to have two other payable notes? No need. I only utilize the format so that I only start from 0 because the format here is the format already here. I will just need to do what? Change the title, enter, and then I change the content, change the content here, like this. Put in the number. Okay, let's say this one is 100, 200, 300. Okay, for example, only 400, 500, and 600. Just an example. So of course you can key anything inside here. Okay, so I have done create copy and paste. I have done the what? This one. Okay, rename the title and also change the content. Okay, rename the title and also change the content. So now here we need to do what? Okay, you see we have added here, but this to the system this is nothing. That means system do not know what is this. So we need to let the system to recognize. This is what notes? This is ABC notes. So how are we going to recognize this? We will need to add the new notes here. Okay, all these notes is the system recognize. So you see, I don't have ABC because we did not add inside here. So how are we going to add? First, you need to copy. Okay, you can copy the title, Control C, come to here, Control V. That means you need to give the new notes a name. Okay, and tell the system ABC notes is here. So secondly, you have to highlight the area that representing the ABC notes. So this is the area that representing the ABC note. Meaning to say, you want this table to be appear in your annual report. Okay, that's why I did not highlight the title because this title is just for your reference here. Without putting the title, you yourself also not sure what is this for. Okay, that's why just now when I copy the title. So from here, when I select highlight already, then I will do what? Add on. Okay, confirm to add notes ABC. Okay. Then you will see this is the one. Notes ABC is here. Okay. So you can see if I go to somewhere else, system will know ABC is here. So far, are you okay? Have you added this ABC under the transferable item? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, good. So remember, if you want to amend the account, add on the account, use this step. Don't go and modify those others. Okay. So now here, this is how we do add new notes to account. So later, when we draft our annual report, we are going to add this table into that words file. Okay, then the system will only transfer from here to the words file. So once we have done this, remember to save. Okay, once we have done this, remember to save. So this is how we actually create the new notes. So again, whatever that you don't want, whatever you feel like it's not applicable, just leave it. No need to delete. Okay, even though you come here, you see, oh, I got the delete button here, so I select this one, I don't want, I delete. Okay, so let's say I select this one, I don't want, then I delete. Hey, how come cannot one? Okay, you see, if I deleted this, okay, I deleted this. System will not know. System will not know where is the capital commitment already. This is the one. You will see the note still there. The only difference is there is no yellow background. Why? It's not recognized by the system. So if you want to insert back, how? Same like how you do just now. Okay, copy the title, Control V here, highlight the area, and then you do what? Add on. Okay, that's it. Then you will see the new notes coming back. Okay, so this is how we delete and then insert back. So if you want to purely delete everything, then you use the Excel function, highlight, right click, delete. Okay, so this is how we do add notes, delete the notes, then I will click save, continue. So basically we have done this. This is the part that we have done. Okay, this one here. So we have fine-tuned, we have prepared the notes to financial statement in the subschedule. Okay, so now we are going to move on to this one. How are we going to fine-tune the transitional spreadsheet? So far, are you okay? Up to here, the the subschedule for notes to account. Okay, if you have no questions, give me a high five. So if you got a question, you can type in the chat room. Okay. Okay, now here. So, okay, good. So since, okay, so some all of you don't have questions. So now the next one is what? Next one is this. This is the one. Transitional spreadsheet. What are the things that you need to take notes? Okay, what are the things that you need to take note? So if let's say this is not the first time that you are drafting the annual report for this client, usually nothing much you will need to check or need to change. So what I will do here is this one. Okay, once we have done this, so assuming this is the disclosure item, okay, I have copy paste and then highlight the area. I have add already. This is the add one. So when we have done this, the next one is what? Okay, generate confirmation. This one we've done yesterday. Adjustment we also done. This one done. So now useful report we also done. Then we will come out. We will come to this one, financial statement editor. Means to say I will come back to the software here. So this one subschedule I will click close. This one again I will click close as well. Okay, assuming you have passed all the adjustment, this is the one. So this one I will click close. I will click close. Okay, so now I will move on to this annual report to compile this, to finalize this financial statement. So I'll go to this one, annual report. You can see this one, financial statement editor. Okay, so financial statement editor is divided into 3 parts. The first part is what? Account scanning result. And this is the control in the system. You can see whether the account balanced or not. So if the account is balanced, they will give you a balance. If not, they will tell you not okay or not balanced. In that case, if you are not balanced in a financial statement, you are unable to move on to the second part, which is to generate your transitional spreadsheet. Okay, so this is one thing you need to take note. So the next one is what? Accumulated profit losses. This difference is due to what? This difference is due to the 120,000. Okay, this is the 120,000. So what I'm going to do here is this one, cash flow not okay. This one tomorrow sections. Okay, today's section is this one, net book value test for fixed asset. What is this? Net book value test for fixed asset, and they say what? System check your PPE schedule, and they found out you have 6 items at the carry amount is negative. How come got 6 item is negative value for the net book value? Okay, so something like this. You can watch my screen here. I will just show you. Okay, I will just show you this, which is the PPE schedule. This is the one auto generating from the software. This is the one. This one here. Okay, so from here you can see this one here. Costs. These are from the client's account name, and then this is the what? Accumulated depreciation. And also this one. Can you see the 6 items? This is the one. Okay, you can see the cost because of the name and the so-called what? The name for accumulated depreciation and the name for cost are not the same. System unable to net off. So if the system cannot net off, then how? They will show like this, one by one. That's why you've got 6 items is negative because of this. So later we will need to regroup this. That means we need to rename accordingly. Okay. Of course, this PPE notes to account the presentation order. Sorry, not presentation order. The presentations, you can have few options to choose it. Okay. So any one of you, you have your audit firm practice is using column 1. That means your office equipment is under column furniture and fitting, motor vehicle, plant and machinery. Anyone using that format? If yes, give me a high five. Okay. How about the rest? So the rest is using this one. Okay, for those who are using the column 1, okay, the column 1, that one you have to go to this one to change it. Okay, this one, the option here. So we have different options. Okay, this option is mainly for you to do some setting for those special clients. Okay, now you see from here, option 3. This is the one. This is the one, fixed asset schedule. So my default format is number 3. This is my default format. Okay. So if you want to do let's say number 1, okay, column 1. So you have to come back to here, you choose column 1, and then you go back to the main. So you select PPE, I will open out. Okay. No. Okay. You can see the system will actually help you to prepare accordingly based on your data here. So this is the one. So you see, very long one, this one, if you're using this method. So if you're using this method, right, how? Sometimes you will need to change the page into landscape. Because portrait is this big only, but your PPE schedule, the classification is more than that really. So sometimes, some of you, if it's possible, you will try to split into 2 or 3 columns, or even 4 columns. Okay, more than 4 columns, sorry, you have to do landscape already. Are you okay? So now here, this is the one. So this is how we need to do some changes here. Okay, so next one is this one here. Yeah, this one here. So I go back to the software. This is the one. So later we need to change this. Okay. Now this one, rounding error. Rounding error here. Remember we have gone through with you. I think Eric gone through with you this one, right? And even this account grouping. Am I right? Okay. So today we do a recap. Okay, rounding error again. You will have 2 scenarios. Okay, so for those who encountering rounding error when you do your real case, always remember 2 scenarios. First one, when you do the audit for this particular clients, okay, when you come into this interface, do we have rounding error or not? This one first time you need to find out. So if let's say there is no rounding error. Okay, if let's say there is no rounding error, please don't come here to do the adjustment, plus minus. Because why? I tell you, this one very serious. If let's say that particular year end, when you come into it, no rounding error, because system has done the rounding for you, but no rounding error, you are so lucky. So in that case, you will be never touch amendment here, because to the system is balanced already. Okay, to the system is balanced, but to you amend debit credit also balanced, not the same. System is based on their setting where they find out it's balanced. It's not based on your setting. Are you okay? So this is one thing. It must be let's say it's no rounding error, do not make changes here. So if you go and make changes here, I tell you, next year the auditor will cry. Why? Your opening retained earning not tally. Because of the rounding that you force here, force changing here, the system will not remember when you do rollover. Okay, so we remember, if you force make changes, the system will not remember. This is the first scenario. Second scenario is when I have this rounding error here. Okay, when I have this rounding error here, and then I decided to go to this one, adjust rounding error. So all of you, can you move on your mouse? You go for this one, adjust rounding error. Okay, then I will adjust where? Okay, let's say I have decided I want to adjust to printing and stationery. Okay, so printing and stationery $1 because this one is extra $2. Okay, extra $2, that means I have to minus all this one, become 4. So you can see yes and asterisk mark. That means system remember already. One more. So I will go for courier and postage. Courier and postage. So this one become 4.1. Okay, so you can see $1 for courier and postage, another dollar is go for printing and stationery. And then you can see at the end the rounding error is 0. And you can see asterisk mark and yes, that means the system remember. Okay, this is one thing. So once you have done finish already, okay, have you done this? If you have done this, give me a high five. Okay, have you amended this? So now I'm going to show you the second scenario. If let's say there is a rounding error, and then now you already amend it, so you are happily close case already because it's in blue color. Okay, and then you do not know what you have done. Okay, then you come back to here, it become red color. Okay, it become red color. This is the first thing. Okay, second thing, since it become red color, then you will come back to here to adjust it. And then you close it. Later you close it, you come back, it go back to red color. Seems like the adjustment that you done, it doesn't save. Okay, first of all, why? What have I done? Okay, what have I done? Causing the rounding error will come back to you. Initially it's in blue already when you settle properly, but now you come back is here. Okay, because of what? Subsequent chain. Always remember, subsequent chain will affect your rounding error. Unless your subsequent chain is a rounded figure, we don't have any decimal. So the subsequent change can be what? Two-way. The first way is your audit adjustment, whereby after your manager review or after your partner review, you found out what? They found out that this adjustment cannot skip, must pass. Okay, then you have no choice. Then you come back to the system here. So for example, this one you don't need to follow. I just show you. So you come back to here, you add on, and then you pass adjustment being of blah 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 blah. Okay, then you do what? Let's say you do accrual. So let's say accrual of electricity, for example. Okay, then let's say it's negative. Accrual is negative, 189.78, something like this. And then we do what? Electricity. So you see, my 4 is what? Additional adjustment. And also, this is subsequent change. So you see, if I done this one already, I click close. I go back my annual report. I go back to my financial statement editor. You will see it coming back. Okay, so always remember, subsequent change will cause your decimal become different. Okay, maybe before this you have 5 or 10 or 20 decimal with more than 50 cents. So now after you adjust already, now become only less than 15, something like this. So in this case, what you need to do, do not straight away come here and modify this. Okay, do not come here straight away modify this become $1. Don't do this, because in the system still remember this is also the adjusted number. This is also the adjusted amount item. Why? Because you see I got the asterisk mark. So in this case, I will click close. If I click close, you see blue color already. But when I click close, okay, I go back, you see, the system will not remember. Because why? System already remember the previous one. Then how? You have to do this. This is the notes. This is the notes. Okay? So you see, once adjusted, asterisk mark and yes will appear. And system will remember the adjustment. Okay? Remember? System will remember the adjustment. But when you return to FSE, Financial Statement Editor, the interface still show error, rounding error, that means red color. You need to rectify this error by double click those items with asterisk mark. Why double click? To erase the adjustment error, the rounding adjustment you have done previously. Okay, to erase. Meaning to say this one here, okay, this one here I have, you see this one asterisk mark. So you cannot just leave it like this and then you modify. No, you have to double click here. One more time, double click here to undo or to erase what you have done previously. Because system look at these two accounts. Same thing go for this one, double click. Okay, double click one more time. Then you will see it will be no more yes and asterisk mark. So this is the clean file already. Okay, this is the clean file. Clean file means the system will not remember anything. Whatever I pass, the system already erased. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is, so after I erase by double click at the figure, so if I click on, let's say printing and stationery become 4. Enter, you see it becomes 0 already, right? So this is the one that we remember. Then what I will do, I will click close. You see blue color already. Then if I click close, okay, close everything. I didn't do anything. If I come back to annual report, financial statement editor, you see, it will still remember. So don't tell me your rounding error doesn't save. No, it's safe. The only things that they don't save because your last year adjustment. Okay, you need to double click the one that you have made last year or previously. Okay, then you have to redo again, something like this. Okay, so far are you okay up to here? Can you understand this? If yes, give me a high five. Okay, so take note, okay, so don't, maybe you can share with other colleagues, for those who cannot remember one. So this one I have to take out, this one number 4 I will take out, number 4 here I will take out. Okay, then you see, I have amended, so now I go back to what? Audit, annual report, financial statement editor, then you can see this one, it come back become 2. Are you okay? So when it come back become 2, of course you can come back here to do the changes. Before that, what you need to do? Double click to erase what you have done previously. So this is how we do, this is how we rectify the rounding error when the system does not save. I tell you, if the system does not save, your one very headache one next year. Because your retained earning will not be tied. Okay, retained earning will not be tied. And also your profit for the year will also not be tied. Okay, so this is the first thing. So now here, again, here you see, you can select the account that you wish to adjust. That means this $2, you can decide to adjust at any expenses. Right? Okay. So here, what I will do here is I will adjust what? I will adjust printing and stationery. Okay. So you see, printing and stationery, this one $1 become 4. There's another $1 is what? Courier and postage. Here. Another $1. So it's 4-1. Okay? So you can see I have done this too. So if I've done this too, if you click close, you will see this one. Nicely done. Even I click close, this one also will be there. Not this one, sorry. Annual report, financial statement editor, you will see, it will still remember. Okay? So this is how we adjust the rounding error. So now what I'm going to do here is, so this is a rounding error. The next one that we would like to fine tune is what? Is this one, regroup fixed asset. Basically, this is for what? This is for your PPE. Okay, you see, they don't combine it, they do separately. So this one, if I want to combine with my accumulated depreciation, okay, the wording must be the same. If last year already rounding error, how to fix this year? If you adjust last year, right, you can't, you can, okay, try one. You try the first way, you double click all, and then you adjust. Okay, me start. If you don't want, right, the faster way is, you have to do it manually. Okay, you have to do it manually. That one is the faster way. If not, you pass adjustment, because it will affect your rounding. It will affect your opening balance. Opening retained earning. Your current year opening retained earning will not tie. Okay. So here, if last year you try one thing is you double click, like how I do just now. If can solve, then it should be fine. But if let's say cannot solve, right, before you roll over, right, okay, this is the thing, before you roll over, you need to go and adjust it. But if let's say you roll over already and then you are doing half year for the current year audit, my suggestions is the last year you either do it manually, adjust at the so-called last year column. Okay. What if audit report cannot match? Audit report can match, but ASP cannot match. Are you referring which one? Okay, if audit report can match, that means someone is, someone they manually change in the words file, but they did not change in the so-called software. This is the one. Okay, cannot be like audit report you can match. How come the software cannot match? Unless Mr. Your audit report, the rounding you done by your own. That means done by your own manually. You are not using Audit Express rounding. So if you are using Audit Express rounding, then you have to follow Audit Express rounding. If let's say you tell me this one, audit report can match, but the rounding, the AXP cannot match, you will need to use back your own rounding already. Okay, you can't use the software rounding. Remember, I'm not so sure whether you attend. Remember, usually when we do first year, not first year incorporation, it's like last year you are not the auditor. This year you are the auditor. Remember the first day that I taught you? Okay, your last year report already issued out already. And remember the last year report, the rounding is done by who? Last year auditor. It's not done by the software. Software will have the software rounding method. Are you okay? So if let's say your last year has already done properly, I will suggest you straight away use your own, straight away put rounded figure. Straight away put rounded figure. Okay? Like this, like the day one that I taught you. Okay, straight away use the rounded figure because you want to use back your own rounding. You don't want to use the rounding that the system performed to you. This is what I can suggest. So if let's say for current year, you has not issued the report, right? Straight away use the system suggested rounded amount. Okay, sometimes you can't accept the system the rounded figure. It can be due to last time you may have certain rounding, you do it in balance sheet item. So when it comes to this year or next year, they will brought forward. Then you will have some $1 or $2 difference. Okay, $1 or $2 difference. So that's why usually rounding error, we don't amend balance sheet item. We will always do it in the Excel file, in the expenses. Are you okay, Miss Tan? Your annual report, your audit report is this year one or last year one? Okay, I need to go into details, then I only can give you suggestion. Last year one, right? Last year. That's why I share with you. Last year means it could be your last year auditor, they modified in the words file, but they did not update. Sometimes they didn't update the journal in the software. That's why you can see when you do rollover for current year, you use last year file. When you do rollover, for me usually I will do checking first, compare with the last year annual report. Then I only do rollover. Okay, so if let's say you found out that your last year report doesn't match with AMC software, you have to find out what problem. Then you only do rollover. This is the control. Are you okay? If not, the next suggestions usually I will do because I'm familiar with the software. I will do so-called like I will erase all the record and then I will just copy and paste again. Okay, so I need to pass adjustment like rounding difference. For the scenario whereby when you come into here, when you enter into here without any subsequent change for first time, when you come into here, it shows 0. If that it shows 0, right? But there are something you want to amend. That scenario, you use reclassification journal. Not the rounding different. Rounding different is a bit different. Instead of your last year is rounded figure. So the audited balance, which is this one here. Okay, this one is the audited figure. Okay, this is the rounded figure. But that one, your one is subsequent audit already, sure will have decimal one. First year, I ask you to do rounded figure because we want to follow what is your rounding. Okay, we don't want to have discrepancy between your rounding and the software rounding. That's why I will ask you to put rounded. Can you see that? Okay, then your client's TB, their one is what? Their one is decimal. So in this case, sure will have discrepancy one. Sure will have difference one. Because last year I asked you to put rounded. So in this case, we will only use rounding different. Okay, in this case, I will use rounding different. So the next case is let's say this case study is you are using for more than 2 years already. That means this is the subsequent year. Okay, so before you do rollover, right? Before you do rollover, you need to ensure this final figure. Okay, you need to ensure this final figure is tied with your annual report. If let's say not tied, Then if I say not pi, it can be due to this one. You will see a lot of asterisk mark. You will see a lot of asterisk mark, but you didn't see any yes. Can you follow? If you see a lot of asterisk mark, but you didn't see any yes, that means system will not take into this consideration. That means the system will not minus $1, $1. They will not. So in that case, your audited retained earning will affect. Then when you compare with the client's amount, you will have a different $1 or $2. Can or cannot? So in this case, what we will do here is try to remove the asterisk mark. Try to remove the asterisk mark. Okay, try to remove the asterisk mark, and then you can always pass in the journal here. You can always pass in the journal here called reclassification. Okay, because of the rounding, pass in the journal here. Are you okay? Miss Tan? Or you're fit already? Pensan already? Okay? Are you okay? Yes. Especially when it is zero. Especially when it is zero. You remove everything already. You see, you remove everything already. Okay, you remove everything. Double click everything. No yes, no asterisk mark. Clean it. First thing. Okay, clean it first. Okay, second, you check. Do you have rounding error here? If you have, then you try to fix it. Because if you have rounding error, you can do more than 10 one. Okay, you can do more than 2. So let's say you see this one, I add $1, I minus $1. Okay, then this one, I add $1. Okay, then I close everything. Okay, then I come back to here. You see system still remember one. Even though I have do more than this. Are you okay, Miss Tan? Okay, my concern is maybe your file is totally, even I remove everything, I remove everything. This one is 0. Are you okay? This one is 0. It's not $2, but it's 0. So if let's say you remove everything already, you try to do, let's say here got $2, you do it. Okay? And subsequently, you try to do it. For me, you see, just now I do testing, it won't gone one. It will still remember. It will gone because at very beginning, no error. So at the very beginning, if let's say no error, then you want to adjust, I will try to suggest you to do this. Pass journal. Okay? Pass journal. I will suggest you to pass this journal. Can or cannot? Are you okay for this part? Miss Tan? How about the rest? How about the rest? So remember, there are two scenarios. First scenario is 0, 0. You cannot do anything here. Even though you want, sorry, cannot, because system will not remember. This is one. So if you really want to adjust, I want to transfer this $1 to this $1 to here. I want to minus the $1 to here. Okay? So if you have this, I will suggest you to go for journal. Because journal confirm will remember one. One thing, this is one. Second scenario is when you finish, when you copy paste TB, do account grouping, and continue to here. I mean first round. Okay, when you come into here, it's $2. Then you come here to adjust. Can I adjust more? Can. So far I show can If your situation happen cannot then you adjust $2. You come here to adjust the subsequent one, the rounding. I mean the journal, the reclassification. Okay. Basically these are the two scenarios. If you have the third one, then you try to discuss with me. So far I only encountered these two. So far I encountered these two. Okay. Of course, there is one thing is since you are using the software, try to accept the rounding. Try to accept the decimal, not decimal, the rounded figure that the system has suggested to you. Okay, if not, you go for your own rounding. That means before you do copy paste, you round out first. Can you see that? This is what I can suggest. Okay, this is what I can suggest. If you really cannot accept what the system work for you, then you have to do it manually already. Okay, so this is the one. So yeah. Okay, how about the rest? Do you have any questions for this part here? Yeah, most hated is this rounding error. I understand. I understand most hated. That's why for first time using the software, your last year I will always ask you to put rounded. If not, I tell you crazy one, that one. $1 you have to find half day, also cannot find it. Okay, so this is the key things. So now here, once we have done this, okay, this one here, okay, just now I have done already, but I call up, erase already. Okay, so this is the one. So this one I will put $4. This one I will put $1. Okay, so once I have done, I will click close. This is the one. So once I have done this, now we move on to this one. Regroup fixed section view. Okay, regroup fixed section view. So I will come back to this one here. Regroup fixed section view. Mister, if you are not okay, maybe later on or maybe tomorrow, maybe subsequently you come and find me. I can give you another suggestions as well. That one a bit complicated. Okay. So now here you see this one here. Okay, the next one is I would like to regroup this. I would like to regroup this. Okay, I would like to regroup this. So you can see this is what I want. I want the name like this one. Okay, this is what I want. But somehow, right, the client's account's name is this. Okay, so you see this is the one. Sorry, not this one. This one here. You see, this is the one. So I need to change this. So how are we going to change this? Okay. Yesterday we have done this one before, right? So can we do this one? A quick one. Okay. So furniture and fitting. This is what? Furniture and fitting. F. Okay. Fixture and fitting. Okay. N have to be spelled out, and then this is the one. Fitting. Okay, enter. So this is how we add on. Because just now that side, we don't have this. Even though like this, office equipment, you see? I don't have office equipment. I don't have. So when you type, right, the first alphabet must be capital letter one. Okay, office equipment. Like this. Okay, office equipment. Then here I will press enter. So now this one the same thing. If usually I lazy one, then I will come here to delete. P capital. This one A&D. Plant and machinery. This one computer. So this one I will click computer. This is the one. A&D, computer and software. This one freehold land. This one already in the list. So when it already in the list, then you try to pick up from the drop down list. Okay, same go to this one here. Motor vehicle. So motor vehicle don't have. Then I have to put this one here, MO. This one I will put S, motor vehicle. So remember, depreciation and the cost must be the same. So this one, you see, the first group I already done. Depreciation I already done. So this one, what I will put, I will just type out CO, computer and print and software, enter. Furniture and fitting, F, furniture and fitting, enter. Motor vehicle, enter. Office equipment, enter. Okay, plant and machinery, enter. So once we have done this, you will see this one, no more red colors and no more, the red color sentence gone already. Okay, so you can see this one, the red color sentence gone, then you can see this one, we have finished this. Okay, so far are you okay up to here? Have you done this? Yes. Okay, so again, remember, don't use this reload record because this reload record will be undo all this. It will be undo, okay? Then you have to redo. So usually when you want to check, you just put your cursor here, you press enter, you check from here. This is the pre-edit accounts name. Okay, you check at this one. So usually I want to be fast, I just enter, I just check the accounts name, enter, I just check the accounts name like this. Okay, or else you can always refer to this one, net book value summary. From here, they will do casting for you for each classification. For example, like computer and software, you see, this is the amount. The system will do the casting for you. So you see 26851. This is the one. 26851 is here. Computer. So once it's done correctly, then you can check another one. So if you found out wrongly, you have to find out which one you group wrongly. Okay, so this one, I have done this. So have you done this? If yes, give me a high five. How about the rest? Okay, good. So now, I will close this. So you can see this one become blue color. So if I generate out this, okay, so this one I will leave it. So now what I want to do is, I want to generate out the spreadsheet. So this one I will click close first, don't save. I close this one. Okay, I will close this one. So this one I will auto select all. Okay, I will select all and then open spreadsheets. So you see this one is equals to what? 100,000. Then I will click on no, because this is the dividend paid. Confirm to open transitional spreadsheet, okay. So the system will base on what? The system will base on the so-called the account grouping and also the adjustment and also the setting to regenerate this. Okay, so you can see this is the one. Okay, so you see this one we have done properly. As you see, this is the carry amount. Okay, so now here you can see from here I only have opening balance. Okay, so I also have closing balance. So the system will use these two amounts to compare. Any changes they will plug under addition. Okay, any changes at cost, they will pass under additions. Any changes at the accumulated depreciation, they will pass under charge off for the year. Okay, so now if you want to check, do you have one experience whereby sometime this amount charged for the year, okay, not the same as addition here. Sorry, not the same at this one. Operating expenses, this one here. Okay, so usually what you need to change, not only this one, right? Manufacturing account, this one also the same. This one here. Okay, so where are you going to adjust it? Okay, if let's say you found out this amount not tally with your PPE schedule, okay, always remember you need to change at where? Expenses. Okay, you need to change it at expenses. So never change the closing balance for your accumulated depreciation. If you change that, they will always brought forward, then you will have an imbalance. So, okay, so you see, if let's say I amend this, okay, let's say I amend this. For example, you see this one. Let's say for plant and machinery, okay, plant and machinery, that is addition, there's a disposal here, right? Plant and machinery, this is the one. So this amount by right should be 236,824. You see, error to check already. Then this one I have to minus 3600, enter. Okay, so you can see now we have done this, okay? So I need to check whether this amount is correct or not. Okay, how are you going to check? So assuming, you see, assuming my cost, okay, let's say my COS, my expenses, okay, let's say expenses is this one here, and then cost is this one here. So I have two depreciation. Okay, so when I total out, oh, you see this one? I have what? And I have this. You see, $2 different. So once you have found out this one, you have $2 different, right? I will use the rounding error. Still remember the rounding error also got $2 different. Okay, so I will utilize the $2 extra that when the system calculate out the rounding. Okay, when the system do the rounding. So here, what I will do the adjustment by using the rounding error. So the rounding error is, should I adjust $1, or should I adjust $2 under cost? Okay, very simple. If you want, you can always check this one. Okay, assuming your freehold land and your plant and machinery, these are 1. So let's say you total up this, you can see the amount is this amount, 254,824. So this one have to minus $1. Then this one have to minus $1 as well, because here and here they are $2 different. So always remember, we will adjust these two instead of this one. Never adjust the accumulated depreciation. Okay, so since we know this is the difference between the PPE schedule and your financial statement, what I will do. So now, can you move back to the software here? Okay, we will do this, adjust rounding error here. So I don't want to adjust cost, I don't want to adjust here already, printing and stationery I don't want. Okay, because we know that depreciation is wrong already. Then what I will do, I will just double click, this is the one. So this is how we erase what we have done previously. So after I have double clicked, what I will do here, I will find the depreciation. Okay, in order for you to find the depreciation, I would like to do this. Put your cursor at any account, let's say printing and stationery. Okay, put your cursor at printing and stationery, and then you do this one, AZ arrow down. AZ arrow down, then you will see this. You will see this one here. Where am I? Depreciation. This one here. This one here. Can you see production and fixed asset? So again, $2 extra, right? So these are the $1 extra. So I have to minus out here, lor. This one 4. Okay, this one become 8. Okay. Yesterday we have covered already. Because usually the attendee for today and yesterday usually is different. Okay, since today is the same, so we treat this as recap. So far, are you okay up to here? Can you understand? If yes, give me a high five. Okay? So good. So now here, what I'm going to do here is this one. So I will regenerate the financial statement. I will need to regenerate the financial statement. So this is what I will do here is this one. I will close my spreadsheet. Usually I will close because sometimes I feel like when I close it, it will be, the system will auto update exactly. Sometimes you will have some error or so-called like bugs. So usually I will close it and then I will come back to here, okay? So I will select all, open spreadsheet. 100,000, no. Then okay. To close the Excel is for the system to update the financial statement properly. Because sometimes the financial statement did not update properly, you can't transfer into the Word file. Okay, you can't transfer into Word file. So you can see, this is the Excel. This is the one. Okay, so we have done this. Oh, not yet. We still have this one. Can you see? Something very weird is here. Okay, and not only that, oh, this one okay, this one considered okay, but this one not okay. Can you see that? Not only that, if I go to the breakdown, if I scroll down here, okay, you will see the disclosure item. Okay, actually this is the notes to account. These are the notes to account. For breakdown, right, these are all the notes to account. Usually I don't use the notes to account here because the notes to account here is prepared based on what? Client's TV. Based on client's TV. Then you can see this. So you see this one, I don't want. So that's why I usually prepare the receivable pay, other receivable deposit and prepayment at the subschedule. Okay, so the notes to account here that we can use is the first one, the financial result. This one is in the director report. Okay, not only that, the last one, which is your what? Disclosure item. Okay, what if you found out that your disclosure item here not complete? Something missing here. Okay, for example, my scenario here is this one here. Sorry. Okay, for example, this one, we found out that something is missing. For example, this is the one, impairment loss on trade receivable. Okay, if you cross-check, there are something missing. So try not to come here, highlight, right-click, insert. If you do this, this is what I call it manually. System will not save this. Okay, so you have to use the right way to do some setting and to let it remember permanently. So this is what we call incompletions of a disclosure item. And this is what I call it presentation order. Because the sequence here is wrong already. If the sequence here wrong, that's why this one I also skip renumber NTA. What is renumber NTA? This is the place for you to fill up this one. Okay, this is the place for you to fill out your notes to financial statement, the numbering. This one, all this numbering. And also this one, the numbering here. Are you okay? So this one, because of the sequence here is wrong already. Can you see the sequence? And this sequence. So I will need to change the sequence. How? Okay. Okay. We go for a short break first. Later we come back, we do this. And we also do this. Okay. So now we can take a 15 minutes break. Okay, we will take a 15 minutes break. Then we come back at 3:55. Okay, we go for a short break. Later we will continue at this part here. Okay, I will see you later.